Hey, gente, come ça va? Spero bene, io oggi ho parlato about my personal method to learn any language of this world for beginner, for intermediate and advanced level. In this video we're gonna learn the really true about to learn any languages and why you gotta set your mind before. And for the last part I'm gonna explain my personal method for each level that you have. Allora, everything and everyone that you find on the internet are fake. It's not easy to learn languages. We spend 10 or more years at school to learn languages like French or like English or like Spain and other languages. Literally, we spend 4,745 days at school. But after school, we are not fluent. Why? Why? What is the problem? What's the problem? The problem is the education system and you. Yes, you. You are the problem. You are the problem. Your mind is the problem. Because you can't change, you cannot change the system education. But you can change yourself, you can change your mind, you can change your thoughts, your motivation to study a language, to study a foreign languages. It's so difficult. You have to change yourself, you have to change your mind. And I know that if you are not good in foreign languages in school, you don't have real motivations to learn this language. I know, I'm sure, you don't have them. You study them only for the marks at school. Set your mind. This is the main solution. Why you wanna learn a second language? What are your motivations? The only motivation for school doesn't work. It works for me, doesn't work for everyone. You wanna live in that place in the future, you wanna go to the university in that country, or you wanna get to the job of your dream. These are the serious motivations that give you energy to learn it, to learn English, to learn Spain, to learn Italian, to learn Ukrainian. If you study them only for the marks, only for the exams, doesn't give you energy. These things doesn't give you energy. But of course, if your life goals are different, maybe your life goals are to go to university, to another school, and you gotta study, so it's helpful to study them for marks, for exams. They will give you energy in this case, don't get me wrong. For the main thing, you have to set your mind. And after you will need consistency and discipline. The first is a mental concept. It's difficult to learn a new language. Not for the stupid educational system, but for you. It's all on your mind. Remember this. If you don't have serious motivations, you can't learn new skills. I studied to learn English at school. Since my 5 to 14 years old, I've never been able to speak so well English like now. I was always bad at school. I was a child. I didn't have a serious motivation to study them, only for the school of course. And also my teacher was not so friendly with me. My marks in English were 4 to 5 out of 10. At my 13 years old, my mom decided to buy me some lessons by a girl. And for this, I got my first 6 out of 10 at school. But only in December 2020, I started to have serious motivation to study it with consistency and discipline. I wanted to become flight attendant. For this I studied English for 5 to 6 months by Italian YouTube creators like Joe English or Briller. In that time I learned grammar and a lot of new words every day without stop. Day after school I studied English with YouTube. I wrote down on my notebook rules and words and notes. I also started to read a book in English and watch videos in English. I was really disciplined because I had serious motivation to do it. And after only 5 months I got my level in English from A1 to B1. And in May 2021 I had my first certificate B1. This year I got my B2 certificate in English. And now I have a person to talk every day in English in real life or in chat. I watch every videos in English. I learned Ukrainian by English videos. So this is my experience, and if I had some mistakes, please write down in comments. The main pillars to learn the languages are vocabulary, grammar, listening, writing, and reading. And when you train them, you will get fluently faster. My method is for each level that you have and the language that you wanna study. So let's divide them. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. In the first level, we're gonna how to start from 0 to 20%. If speeches with native people, how to learn words, how to learn grammar, how to understand them when they are speaking about your familiar topics. And in the intermediate level, we're gonna learn how to change your 20% to 60% of learning a language. It requires a lot of discipline, setting your mind, consistency and hard work, because it's the big step to pass from a beginner level to a level where you can understand all the topics of people and almost be completely fluently. And for the last part of my method, we're gonna learn how to get an advanced level. Why? I wanted a 100%, why I can't have them now? I'll explain you in the last part of this video, so stay here, my little baby, or girl, I don't know. Okay, I'll come back soon. I gotta have my break from the first hour of recording this video. And in this video, I talk about why it's so important to have break moments at your work session. Watch it now! Come on, get your rest now, get your rest! Hoppa, I'm here. Yes, I changed my outfit because now I'm more comfortable, I'm feeling better and things like this. So let's start with the first level, beginner level. Hey. I'm so tired to do it. So you never hear this language and maybe you know only 10 words for this language. So this is your level. This is your target. So your mind is already set up but you don't know what to do for achieve a high level of your language. New experience and new trips will wait for you after that you learned this beautiful language that you wanna learn. English, Chinese, Ukrainian, what you want. So all you need to do is open your MacBook or your phone and go to YouTube and find new videos or stuff and native teachers, like videos about new words or the basic rules for the grammar. And that's all. I'm doing it with Ukrainian language. I started to do it in 14 July and now I'm able to do some basic phrases, and when I watch these videos I write down on my notebook some rules, some new words, some new verbs, or build some flashcards, but too much enough. And also listen some music in Ukrainian and try to sing them. So just have a notebook and a little bit internet. That's all. You don't need a lot of things. You can do it by yourself, you can do it for free. This is the main thing. Free and by yourself. And less time than 10 years at school. So start it now and in a few months you will get your beginner level. Ja może говорити 3 мова. Це мій блокноти для українська мова. Молодець. Поїхали. Okay, in this intermediate level you have to change yourself, you have to work and set up your mind hard. Because it's the big step, it's so important this level. Remember this. Train yourself like a god, train yourself like you were in the gym. Put yourself every day in a discipline and consistency mode. But of course you're gonna need some days off and here's the video about why it's so important to have days off on your work session. So let's watch it! I achieved this level in English after 5 months and I stopped myself to study new rules, new words, etc. I didn't lose my skill, of course. Because when you achieve this level, all your words and rules of grammar will go long-term memory. In fact, our mind is divided in 2 parts. Long-term memory and short-term memory. When you are in the beginner level, all the stuff that you learned in the short-term memory. So what you should do to achieve this level? Too much things. You're gonna have a study plan for your week with days off. And the main thing is that you have to put yourself in self-study sessions for 1 hour or 2 hours. In this level I understood that I had to train all the pillars of a language. Listening, reading, writing, vocabulary and grammar. For the grammar and vocabulary I started to learn more advanced words and more advanced grammar. For listening I started to watch videos at this language and also listen to music and podcasts. Writing and reading I started to read books or site web in English. Also I started to write my thoughts, my ideas only in English. You can also have a journaling about your mood of the day. It's so good for our health. I will do a video about this topic, so subscribe and turn on the bell. But now, that is, you have to concentrate yourself more in reading and writing and other pillars, not just vocabulary and grammar. Remember this. So in a nutshell, you have to concentrate yourself about also the other pillars, and not just vocabulary and grammar. Everything is done here, and your reading and writing and listening skills are good now. So what you must do now? Just run down the mountain in this way. Just run down the mountain. Why you started to learn this language? You are already ready. So strange. You can go in that and speaking this second language every day. You're free. Yeah. In this level you will achieve more confidence with yourself and with your new language. You just gotta say thank you to yourself and to be glad to achieve a new skill. So if you understood in this level, you gotta achieve your friendly. But remember this, learning a languages is not just a skill. It's a passport for new horizons, new experiences in this world. Okay? Ricordalo. So maybe you have already understood that in this level you gotta achieve your friendly. Just run down the mountain. It's pretty easy to achieve 100% of level. You gotta set your main language into your foreign language. You gotta go outside and immerse yourself in a new world. But of course you must not forget your native language. Alright? Even because I think that it's not possible to do it. Just go into a new country and immerse yourself in a situation where you can use your foreign language like your main language. That's all. So as you understood, it's not so simple learn a new language. It's so long trip. Sometimes it requires a lot of time. It depends by the person. And before you gotta set your mind and after have a plan for your days. Just take your time and remember that days off are important. If you don't have them, any study sessions will not work. So for this you gotta check this video to understand why they are so important to achieve everything and also foreign languages. And remember, we are human, no machines.